Alright, so the series premiere of The Flash. And I have to say, it was really fast. I mean, it's not a joke. I mean it. I mean everything. The plot, the character introductions, all their backstory, and even the problems they probably have to overcome in the future episodes. It was just like bullet point after bullet point. Here's all the stuff you need to know. The supervillain battle, yay! And it felt almost like a comic book. And also like they were trying to adapt it into a 2-hour movie and then condense it into a 43-minute episode. It was just so rushed. But from what little we did get, it was fine. The characters felt like they were well written. Although I would have loved some time to actually get to know them and the relationship they all have to Barry Allen. Because I do feel like there's a very strong bonds between all of them. We just weren't given enough time to see how strong and they were and how they were built over the years that they knew each other. At least with the Arrow, there was a good excuse as to why there was so much information in the first episodes, because Oliver Queen has been away for 5 years. He doesn't know what's been going on, so it makes sense that everyone is explaining things to him. But for Barry Allen, when he's talking to his romantic love interest, and she's saying how they were raised since they were kids, they're like brothers and sisters, it just felt like, why are you telling him this? He should already know. The dialogue, as you can pretty much guess, is clunky, and it needs some work. But, like I said, it's like a comic book. It's upbeat, it's fast-paced, it's action-packed, and it's just fun. It's bright and colorful. In fact, as soon as it opened, the music, the narration by Barry Allen, the fact that he got his powers, so quickly in the first episode, it almost felt like a Spider-Man show. And that's not bad. It's good. In fact, Barry Allen always reminded me of Spider-Man. Fast talker, likes to make jokes, good at heart, knows when to jump into the action and save people. And that's something that's been missing from a lot of DC shows, because lately they've been dark and brooding and really just heavy with drama. And it's good to finally see a superhero with just he's upbeat, he's optimistic, he's really ready to just go out there and start saving people. Sure, he'll make mistakes, and he even admits it, he needs help. And that's why I love that scene where he meets with Oliver, and Oliver's like, why are you coming to me? Is like, I try to stop the bad guy, but I ended up getting someone killed. What do I do? And Oliver says, you're gonna make mistakes, but you'll learn from them, and eventually all the good things you do for people will supersede all the bad things you did in the beginning, because you're just learning. You can't blame yourself for that. So it made sense that immediately Oliver knew exactly how to fight, because he's been training for 5 years. So when Barry Allen already knew not how to use his abilities without much problem, it was kind of rushed. But again, everything else was rushed, so I came to expect it. But once you get past all the fast-paced action and talking and explanation of the plot and everything that's going on, it's fun. It really is. It's just a roller coaster. And I know, again, it's The Flash. You can make those kind of jokes. Roller coaster, fast. It's just everything's so quick. And like, yeah, whatever. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this could be just one of the great shows out there, especially for DC. And it's a nice little change. Like I said, so many DC shows are trying to go brooding, dark, stuff like that. Lots of drama and suspense. So it's good to know that, we get something like The Flash. And even the mystery behind it is kind of neat, but at the same time, it's expected. I mean, when we meet Wells, I immediately can see him being the villain, because who else has the ability to have super speed other than Barry Allen? I mean, with Barry Allen, something fantastical had to happen. The particle accelerator, the lightning storm, the explosion that gave other people powers. I mean, that just happened then, but this person actually had abilities way back when he was still just like 10 years old. So he had to have given himself abilities. But then the question comes into, when did he get them? And how did he apply them? And why would he kill Barry's mother? Because he goes into the secret room that, in his destroyed building. Luckily it wasn't destroyed. And he brings up a hologram of a newspaper from 2024, from the future, saying the Flash went missing. Now, again, I don't know comic books that well, so there's no telling exactly where the story element is going to take me. But it's a lot of fun, coming along for the ride for a mystery, especially something as grand as this. So I'm just wondering, what's going to happen? What does this mean? Did he use his ability of super speed to time travel, or does he just time travel with a machine and he's not actually... I'm just going to call him the Nega Flash. I don't know. I know he has an actual name. I just can't remember what it is. I've heard it multiple times, but he's kind of the Nega Flash. He has the same abilities, he's just evil. So, Nega Flash. And speaking of villains, I know he probably has an official name, I just can't remember it, but I'm going to call him Weatherman. I did like Weatherman. I would have liked that they stopped using so much CG with his abilities. I mean, the tornado, understandable. You can't make a tornado without computers. But what about the fog? The fog was so clearly CG. I mean, what's wrong with the practical effects of fog? That's actually pretty easy to do. Why couldn't they do that? A little blend of practical and CG would have been nice. But the Weatherman himself, he didn't seem that interesting a character. His abilities were a nice introduction for the Flash to take down a tornado, but he himself was kind of boring. He used the cliches. He was a bank robber before, but now he has abilities and he uses them again for bank robbing. But he believes himself God, so eventually his ego gets large enough that he believes he has to destroy the city, or at least take over the city. Who knows what he was going to do. He doesn't need to be a big opponent for Flash to take down in the first episode. And that's why I felt like it was a 2-hour Flash movie condensed into 43 minutes. Here's the characters, he gets his abilities, he has to learn how to use his abilities, he goes through doubts about whether he can be a hero or not, and then here's the big bad villain that gives him the shot to prove to himself and to the world that he can be a hero. Even the reveal that, hey, now there's this guy going around, with super speed, saving people. That was so quick. It's just like, it's on the, the newspaper or the news already, and he's saving people. So I don't know if they're gonna show the reactions of the citizens in the next episode. If they don't, it's gonna feel kind of disappointing, because one of the biggest parts of a superhero first starting out for me is the reaction of the citizens. I love seeing how people react to superheroes. Holy shit, we have a superhero in our city. That's amazing. Or someone saying, this is bull crap. Now he's out there, causing problems. Something like that. But again, I have to wait and see until the second episode. But from what I've seen in the first episode, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fast action. And I'm hoping they do slow down with, plot and a villain. There shouldn't be a villain every episode. I'm hoping there is no villain every episode. That would just seem redundant and boring and just nonsensical. So hopefully this was just a one-time thing. Like, we have to get the first episode out of the way. People are not going to like it if there's no superpowers, because we promised them superpowers with the Flash for a very long time. But hopefully it was just the first episode. Now that he has superpowers, we don't have to rush any of the characters or the relationships or even any of the action scenes. Just take your time. It's fine to have suspense and some build up. I mean, it's still going to be a lot of fun and an upbeat nature. Just give us some time to breathe. That's all I'm asking. But either way, great first episode. Can't wait where the series is going to go. So I'm excited for the next episode. Till then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye-bye.